Have you ever wondered how camera metering works? Or maybe you've heard the term but aren't quite sure what it means or why it's so important. Well, today is the day to demystify the concept of camera metering. Camera metering is essentially the process through which your camera determines what the correct shutter speed and aperture should be, depending on the amount of light that goes into the camera and the sensitivity of the sensor. This is what your camera is doing when it's on auto mode, and it's pretty good at it. But understanding how it works can help you to take control of your photography and make better informed decisions. There are 3 different types of metering modes to choose from: evaluative, center-weighted, and spot metering. Each one of these has its unique characteristics and uses. First up, evaluative metering. This mode is often the default setting on most cameras. When you point your camera at a scene, it takes in the whole area, breaks it down into chunks, and analyzes each one for light and dark tones. The camera then takes an average reading and sets the exposure based on that average. This mode is incredibly versatile and works well in many different lighting situations. Next, we have center-weighted metering. This mode, as the name suggests, gives more weighting or importance to what's in the middle of the frame. It's particularly useful when you have a subject in the center of the frame and want to ensure they are correctly exposed, regardless of the background. Lastly, there's spot metering. This mode is the most precise of them all. It only measures a small area of the frame, typically around 3 to 5%. This method is excellent when you have a particular area that you want correctly exposed, regardless of the rest of the image. Now, how do you decide which metering mode to use? It's all about understanding your scene. If you're shooting a landscape with a lot of contrast, like a sunset, evaluative metering would serve you well. If you're taking a portrait and want to focus on the person, not the background, then center-weighted is the way to go. And if you're shooting a small bright object against a dark background, spot metering will ensure the object is correctly exposed. In conclusion, understanding how camera metering works and how to use different metering modes can greatly enhance your photography skills. It's about understanding light, how your camera sees it, and how you can manipulate it to get the best possible exposure. So, take the time to experiment with different metering modes, understand how they affect your images, and before you know it, you'll be making better informed decisions about exposure in no time. Remember, photography is all about light, and understanding how to control it is key to capturing great images.